The sun, a searing orb in the vast African sky, beat down on the parched earth. Dust devils danced in the distance, testament to the long, dry season gripping the savanna. Along the banks of a shallow, muddy river, usually a lifeline of tranquility, a different kind of drama was unfolding. The air, thick with the scent of dry grass and distant animal life, suddenly ripped with a sound that sent shivers down the spine. A primal, guttural roar. This was no ordinary sound. It was the enraged, desperate cry of Congo, a magnificent silverback gorilla, his intelligent brown eyes now wide with a terror that few creatures in the jungle ever truly knew. Congo was a titan, a living embodiment of strength and ancient wisdom. But even for him, this was a struggle unlike any he had ever faced. Wrapped around his massive, muscular frame, a grotesque living rope was a massive African rock python. Its scales shimmered like dull bronze in the harsh daylight, and its coils, thick as tree trunks, tightened with an inexorable, deadly purpose. Congo roared again, a sound of fury and pain, baring teeth that could snap bone. He strained, muscles rippling under his thick, dark fur, trying to find purchase to break the python's relentless grip. The snake, an ancient hunter, seemed to have no eyes, only an instinct for constriction, its powerful body a living vice. It sought to crush the life from the great ape, its scales digging into Congo's flesh, squeezing the very air from his lungs. Each heave, each desperate lunge from Congo only seemed to encourage the python, drawing its coils tighter, inch by agonizing inch. The muddy riverbank, usually a place for a refreshing drink, had become a death arena. The struggle was a terrifying ballet of power. Congo, despite his immense strength, was clearly weakening. His roars, once thunderous, now came in ragged gasps. Foam flecked his lips as he twisted and turned, trying to dislodge the monstrous serpent. The python, however, was a creature of singular focus. Its head, a flat, unblinking menace, was pressed against Congo's chest, ensuring maximum pressure. It was a silent, relentless killer, relying not on fangs, but on sheer, unyielding force. For what felt like an eternity, the two creatures were locked in this horrific embrace, a testament to the brutal efficiency of nature's design. From a distance, on the same muddy bank, a new set of eyes observed the unfolding tragedy. For male lions, their tawny manes magnificent against the backdrop of the dry plains, had emerged from the scattered acacia trees. They were giants in their own right, rulers of this territory, their presence usually inspiring immediate flight in anything smaller. Now, they stood still, their golden eyes, usually alight with the fire of the hunt, narrowed in an uncharacteristic observation. They watched Congo's desperate fight, their powerful bodies poised but unmoving. The scene was utterly surreal, a titanic struggle between a gorilla and a python, under the silent, unreadable gaze of four apex predators. One of the lions, a scarred veteran with a particularly dark mane, shifted his weight, a low growl rumbling in his chest. It wasn't a growl of hunger, but something akin to unease or perhaps curiosity. They were observers to a drama that defied the typical predator-prey narrative. The python was a threat to neither, a meal to neither. Yet, the struggle of the gorilla, the sheer, raw agony of it, seemed to hold their attention. Congo's movements grew more sluggish. The python's coils had tightened to an almost unbearable degree. His breath came in shallow, ragged bursts, and his mighty limbs began to tremble. It seemed inevitable. The king of the jungle was about to fall victim to a silent assassin. The lions continued to watch, their presence adding an almost mythical weight to the grim tableau. Could brute strength truly conquer relentless constriction? The answer, it seemed, was a slow, agonizing no. But just when hope seemed to fade, when the very air felt heavy with the promise of death, an unexpected shift occurred. The scarred lion took a step forward, then another. His three companions followed, their movements slow, deliberate. This wasn't a stalk. This was something else entirely. Their golden eyes, once just observing, now seemed to spark with a different kind of intention. Suddenly, with a collective roar that ripped through the silence and echoed across the dry plains, the four male lions launched themselves forward. It was a thunderous charge, a blur of muscle and mane, directed not at the struggling gorilla, but at the python. The sheer audacity of it was breathtaking. Why would these kings of the savannah, typically focused on their own survival and the hunt for antelope or zebra, intervene in such a raw, desperate battle? The answer lay perhaps in the raw, universal language of struggle, a silent plea for help that transcended the boundaries of species. Or perhaps it was simply an extraordinary confluence of circumstance, an anomaly in nature that defied easy explanation. Scientists have long observed unusual acts of altruism in the wild. An elephant rescuing an impala, a leopard sharing a kill, suggesting that the instinct for survival, while dominant, isn't always the only force at play. In the harsh, unforgiving landscape of Africa, compassion, however rare, can emerge in the most unexpected forms. The lions converged on the python with terrifying speed. Their powerful jaws, usually reserved for larger prey, clamped down on the snake's thick body. The python, momentarily startled, loosened its grip on Congo. The gorilla, sensing the sudden reprieve, gasped for air, his body trembling, but still caught in the outer coils. The lions, however, were relentless. They tore at the python, their claws digging into its thick scales, their collective power overwhelming the serpent. The python thrashed violently, its immense body whipping through the air, trying to strike out, to defend itself, but it was no match for the combined might of the four formidable predators. A symphony of roars and hisses, a whirlwind of muscle and scale, as the savannah's mightiest joined forces against a common threat. The earth trembled beneath the force of the struggle. The lions, driven by an unknown imperative, ripped and tore at the python. Their attack was swift and decisive. In a matter of minutes, the python, once a coiled engine of death, lay broken, its immense power extinguished. Congo, freed from the python's constricting embrace, lay on the muddy bank, gasping for air, his chest heaving. His intelligent brown eyes, still wide with the terror of his ordeal, now held a new emotion, bewilderment, and perhaps a flicker of gratitude. The lions, having accomplished their astonishing task, did not turn on him. They did not see prey. Instead, they stood over the vanquished python, their breath coming in ragged pants, their flanks heaving. Then, almost as if an unspoken signal passed between them, they turned and calmly walked away, disappearing back into the shimmering heat haze of the savannah. There was no fanfare, no expectation of reward, just the quiet, powerful understanding of shared moment, an unlikely alliance forged in crisis. Congo slowly, painstakingly, pushed himself upright. Every muscle in his massive body screamed in protest, but he was alive. He looked after the retreating forms of the lions, a profound understanding passing between species. This wasn't merely a rescue. It was a profound moment of shared vulnerability and unexpected heroism, hinting at a deeper truth about the interconnectedness of all life. It challenged all expectations, all assumptions about the strict hierarchies of the wild. What lesson can we learn from this incredible act of unexpected unity? How often do we misjudge intentions or fail to see the potential for connection where we expect only conflict? In the heart of the wild, amidst the ancient dance of predator and prey, a battle for survival unveiled a truth more powerful than instinct itself: the universal language of empathy. We often categorize animals by their roles in the ecosystem: the hunter, the hunted, the solitary, the social. But stories like Congo's, stories witnessed by African rangers and rarely seen by human eyes, remind us that nature is far more complex, far more nuanced than our neat definitions allow. This extraordinary event, a gorilla rescued by a pride of lions from the coils of a python, isn't just a thrilling spectacle. It's a profound testament to the unexpected connections that can form, even in the harshest environments. It echoes other incredible moments we've witnessed, like the elephant tusk, whose own act of compassion saved a vulnerable fawn. These aren't just isolated incidents. They are glimpses into a deeper current that flows through all living things, a capacity for connection, for intervention, for a shared understanding of life's fragility. This story challenges us to look beyond superficial differences, to see the shared spirit that unites us all. It reminds us that compassion isn't just a human trait. It's a universal force, capable of bridging the widest divides, even between species. In a world often fractured by conflict and misunderstanding, the wild offers us a gentle, yet powerful solution: the quiet strength of empathy. It encourages us to consider how we too can step into unexpected roles, how we can offer help when it's least expected, and how we can foster connections that transcend our perceived boundaries. How can we bring this profound empathy into our own lives? By opening our hearts, by observing the subtle cues of those around us, and by understanding that true strength often lies not in dominance, but in compassion. This journey into the heart of the wild has shown us that hope, connection, and unexpected solutions are always possible, even in the face of overwhelming odds. If this story touched your heart, imagine the countless other untold tales of resilience and connection hidden within the wild. Subscribe to our channel for more awe-inspiring moments and deeper dives into the wonders of our planet. Don't miss our next video, where we explore another astonishing act of kindness in the animal kingdom. You might be surprised by what you discover.